All right, so I am midway through putting together these suspension arms for the Armortech Tiger tank late variant, and thought I'd shoot a little video. Been working on these things for a couple weeks now, obviously not continuously, but it is pretty tedious, so I've taken a few breaks, and but I've been working on it for about an hour this morning. So I just thought, what the heck, why not make a video about it? Now, what I'm doing is retapping the threads on these little guys, the arms. Since these are CNC, the threads are aluminum and they're very sticky. So what I did first was sand all these down, but that doesn't help them thread into the arms. Okay, I can't get it all the way into the arm, hand tightening it. Maybe if I used a wrench I could. But the beauty of aluminum is that it's soft, but the hang up is that it seizes very easily when you're trying to press fit pieces together or thread steel into aluminum. So what I've got is some anti-seize lubricant and a tap. Just getting all the parts, sent me back a couple days because obviously I'm not in a hurry. So I've got this little desk vise, and I've got the tap. So one word you don't normally associate with building a tank is finesse, but this is a pretty scary operation because there's not very positive engagement with the threads and the tap. So it's hard to find the threads. And obviously the last thing you want to do is cross thread one of these little arms because that'll set you back. Not only will it set you back monetarily, it'll set you back time-wise because you've got to wait for Armortech to send you a new one because the kit does not include any spares of these. So it can be a little bit daunting to do this, but the alternative is worse. What happens is these will get seized in the arms and then they won't go all the way in, and then your suspension won't be aligned, your road wheels won't be in alignment, and your tank won't run properly. So for me, I don't like to force anything. I like to have things going in and out smoothly. And that way, if I ever have to disassemble it, replace something, it's not gonna be a fight. So right now, here's one that I've actually put together from some clean threads that I've tapped out. So they just thread right in. Thought I'd be further along by now since I've been working on this all month, but you're gonna take the anti-seize and you're gonna just lightly grease this tap. Too much is kind of just extra. You don't want to put a lot on there. You just want to very, very lightly touch the threads with the anti-seize. It's Permatex, and it's anti-seize lubricant. I think it's pretty specific for aluminum. Now, this is the scary part. So I stand up and look straight down on it to make sure that it's somewhat straight on. You want a 90 degree. And hopefully, focus, no distractions. What I try to do is put a little bit of downward pressure because you don't want to catch the thread and then, kill it. Oh, see there, you caught a thread. It's harder to do it when you're videotaping yourself, of course. The pressure's on, it starts to go in. Now, if I had not put the anti-seize on, what happens is this gets harder and harder to spin. And eventually it just gets stuck. And then you can't back it out, because what happens is the little shavings that you're creating will get stuck. And those shavings, I can see them falling out the bottom right now. Those little shavings will tear out the threads on the way back out. So what you want to do is you want to get this all the way through the suspension arm. Now we're through the arm, and we're going to keep spinning it. Now it's getting easier and easier. And I'm pretty sure it went in straight. And I'm gonna grab a paper towel. Permatex, by the way, is pretty nasty stuff. Like, it gets on everything and it spreads and it stains. So these threads are very dirty. They've got a lot of shavings in them. And so when you back out the tap, you don't want those shavings to get stuck in your threads. All right. It's really shaking the table. Sorry about that. But you can see how easily that spun right out. It's got a little bit of gunk in there. That's a mixture of anti-seize lubricant and metal shavings. But those metal shavings, if you don't have the anti-seize lubricant, they will pack into the tap, and you'll have to pry them out with like a picker. So, I think it went in straightly. Straight? Yeah. I've got an axle. Yeah, it looks 90-90-90. Add it to my little pile here. So I've done 6. Each one of those takes a couple minutes, as you can tell. And it's a little bit nerve-wracking, but once it's done, it's great because you have peace of mind. So then we'll go back after I've threaded all these, we'll clean the threads, and then we will add a slip fit Loctite retaining compound Loctite 638. So that will go on these threads to permanently keep the suspension arms and axles all glued together. And then in addition to that, there will be a 3mm grub screw that goes in there to clamp down on those, and that's that. So thanks for watching.